Hi, I'm Viviera, and today I'm going to put together a custard pie. Now, next to the apple pie, I think this is probably the favorite in my family. So we begin by preheating the oven at 450 degrees. So now we have here 3 tablespoons of shortening, vegetable shortening. To that we add 2 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we just mush that around a little bit. It's nice to have the butter at room temperature because then it blends in quite easily. Okay. Now to that we add a cup of flour, all-purpose flour, and we incorporate that into the shortening and the butter. And as you can see, when the shortenings are room temperature, they blend quite easily. And then we add 4 tablespoons of cold water. Just pour it around the edges. And do this gradually, a little water at a time. And now you can see this is all together now. So I'm going to put this in the fridge while I make the custard filling. And now I'm going to make the filling for the custard pie. So we start with 4 eggs that have been at room temperature. We're just going to there. And to that we'll add all the other ingredients. We have 2/3 cup of sugar, teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 2 2/3 cup of whole milk. I find the whole milk makes a firmer custard than you know, the 2% or whatever. So then we'll mix all that together, and I like it to be foamy on top because it makes a firmer custard. You can see the bubbles on top. And we'll do this one more time before we actually put it into the pie dough. And that's it, and now we'll get the pie dough out of the fridge. And now I've taken the dough out of the fridge, and I'll be rolling that out. Flour, I have some plastic wrap on the counter. It's easy to roll out on that, and it's also easy to clean up afterwards. So you'll just knead the dough a little bit. You might add a little flour. And flatten it out. And then we're going to roll it out from the center out. The reason you do that is it keeps it nice and flaky. If you keep rolling the whole thing, why, it just isn't as nice. So then you take it, and you turn it, and you're going to roll it the other way. You add a little bit more flour, give it some pats of love, I guess. You want this to be nice. Okay, and we roll it from the center out this way. And this, by the way, it is a 9-inch pie. So, fold it in half. Bring your pie plate out. And you plop it in. Unfold it. And you nestle it right into the pie plate. So we'll cut out the edge about an inch away from the edge of the pie plate. My mother used to make great custard pie, and this is basically her recipe. She was a great cook. She cooked with a wooden stove. Never could understand how she regulated the temperature, but oh, everything she made was so delicious. And another fact that I was thinking of while I was pouring the milk into the pan, in my early days, you had to scald the milk because it wasn't pasteurized. But now, of course, it is, and that's not necessary. So you're just taking the crust and you roll it under. Just take the edge and roll it right under, right to the edge of the rim. Just like that. You know, and after you've done this a while, it just comes natural. Then you take your thumb and your forefinger and you crimp it like that. Right? Just press it like that. See, and there you have your pie crust all ready for your ingredients. Now I'm going to be beating the custard one more time just so that it'll be foamy. As I said, that's what makes it nice and crusty on top. So there we go. We just pour this right into the pie shell. And then we take the nutmeg and we sprinkle it all over the pie crust, all over the custard rather. And it smells heavenly. Just make sure you cover it all. And now we're going to bake this at 450 for 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes, we lower the heat to 350 and cook it for another 20 minutes. And now this is how you tell if the custard is cooked. You insert the knife at the edge. When it comes out clean, you know it's cooked. And I have made these little garnishes out of some of the dough. Saw this on the How To Heroes site. They're little maple leaves. And so I just put them as a garnish on the pie. Just to make it look a little fancy. And there we have it, our custard pie. Try it. I know you'll enjoy it.